Hello everyone, this is Arundhatika. Today we are again back with yet another session of embracing the yogic journey. Today among us we are having Dr. Kuldeep Kumar Kushwah. Dr. Kuldeep Kumar Kushwah has completed his PhD in yoga from a prestigious yoga university, that is S-Vyasa University, Bengaluru, India. He holds 7 research papers in the field of yoga, which are published internationally and in pre-reviewed journals. Doctor Kuldeep has embarked on his journey of yoga at the very prior age of the 14 years and has 21 years of experience in learning, practicing, and teaching yoga. Yet he has an extensive theoretical and a practical experience in yoga from his various training, which are PhD, MSc, PGDYE, YIC, and Vedanta training. Throughout India, he had worked with many yoga-related institutions and universities. He had trained yoga instructors from more than 50 countries throughout national and international yoga teacher training courses. He strongly believes in combining philosophy and sciences to yield the best result. He adopts his method of integration his teaching so that the student can receive the best of the East and the best of the West. He has been honored with a myriad of honors and awards, some of which are he is recognized as one of the top 10 yoga teachers in Singapore by Do You Yoga, has an outstanding contribution award in the field of yoga, Best Research Presentation Award in International Conference at the 21st Intifada, has gold medals and championship award for national and international Himalaya Olympiad, and has merit award in top 10 all yoga competitions. In his leisure times, he volunteers at Diabetes Singapore, Over the Rainbow, Can Survive Singapore, and HCA Hospice. At Vyasa, Singapore, Dr. Kuldeep is conducting the following courses, that is 100 hours ATTC, 200 hours YIC, 300 hours YTCC, and private sessions along with short-term yoga certification course and diverse workshop. Over to you, sir.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the introduction of the thing. Yeah, so where to start? I'm Dr. Kuldeep and I'm here in Singapore. First of all, tomorrow is the International Day of Yoga, so I would like to wish you all congratulations on successfully reaching to 7th year, and we have been celebrating this International Day of Yoga as we are all in yoga field directly indirectly. So I would like to wish all the best for your success in the field of yoga. Yes. You want me to start or you have any questions?
Sir, we can start. You can start, sir. We'll ask you questions at the later half, once you are done with it.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I would like to just share how I have been throughout in my this yogic journey, starting from my childhood till this time. So, I, I would just say that there is some unseen force or some supreme power behind everything that is going on, and I have firm belief in that. And I think that has been always there since my childhood, because coming from a very backward a place where people have not, none of the my village person has seen the PhD level degrees, and where I could reach from that place. And I think none of them have traveled across India, and today I could come from there. So it is all the grace of that supreme power which has been there throughout my journey since my childhood till this time, and always guiding me directly, indirectly, and I am progressing and I'm seeing my better version day by day in this field. So when in my childhood, as a village boy, I was ignored and looked down always in everything, whether it is like playing cricket or it is academic life or it is professional life, wherever it was, I was always ignored and looked down. And then what I found is there is always something good, even in your weakness, right? So what you need is to discover it upon pondering over seriously. And I always thank those friends who introduced me with my weaknesses and what was not in me, that really helped me to think beyond the boundaries what they have created, like what I cannot do, what I am, and what are my capabilities, etc., etc. So that really motivated me and made me to think, what should I do so that I can have a better life. And I also believe one more thing in the law of attraction. If you have something in your life that you want to achieve, you start attracting it, you start thinking about it, and it starts coming. If you want to know more about this, there is a movie called The Secret that really happened to come in my life when I was a teenager. After watching that video, it has really transformed my vision, my journey, and what I am today. So, first thing that we need is dream big. If you dream big and if you believe in that, you can definitely achieve. So, after watching that video, I started dreaming like I'm getting a degree, I'm reaching at the science level, at the PhD level, I'm going to travel abroad, I'm going to teach masses, and lots of such vision I started creating or seeing. And then today I found that all those my visions, all those my dreams and goals that I set, 90% I have reached already. So I think what we need is to set a goal in our life and set high goal. And as Swami Vivekananda said, arise awake and stop not till the goal is reached. Once you set your goal, start your journey and do not stop before you reach there. Each cell, each tissue, each organ, each system of your body should work for your dream. Then the another formula that will take you to your goal is the great sage Patanjali has mentioned in his Yoga Sutra, Tivra Sambhega Namasanna, means the intensity in your practice, in your thinking, in your preparation will determine your success in your life. So I think that has been helping me. And another thing, there will be many more time in your life where you might feel like deviating from your goal, from your path. What happens actually when you start deviating, you are like missing from your goal. You will probably not reach anywhere. So that was also the time I have seen in my life that I was not able to continue my yogic journey. There were few junctions where I deviated from my main goal. And then later on, I realized and I came back. Okay, so do not deviate, be what you are, and work for that so that you become a resource person for the same thing. And people start looking forward to see you, to learn from you, to get motivation from you. Yeah.
Sir, now we could like to have few questions. We have few questions we would like to ask you that, sir. So the first question is, sir, in this informative era, so how could you consider to the change in the perspective of belief towards the field of yoga?
Your voice is breaking.
Hello, sir. Is it audible now?
Better.
Okay. So So in this informative era, how could you consider to change in the perspective of belief?
Again, I still cannot hear you.
Sir, in this information era,
Yes.
how could you consider to change in the perspective of belief?
See, the time is changing, everything is changing, right? What we need is to change according to time, means accept the time is changing, things are changing. Accordingly, you should also modulate your way of working, way of taking the things, because the time demands a different way. Today, technology is like a boon, but if you go and see those people who consider technology as a worst thing, they will probably not be able to utilize this technology. The dream that was the dream of Swami Vivekananda, the combining the best of the West with best of the East. I think today we can see the best example. We are sitting in India, I'm sitting here in Singapore, and we are able to communicate on some topic. This is how we have to modulate, we have to quickly adapt to the new things. And one more thing, like before, if any student will take mobile phone in classroom, the student will be scolded and probably punished. But today you see everybody have every school has gone in mobile phone. Everybody learning inside the mobile phone, right? So nothing is always having the bad sides. Everything has a good side. What we need is to learn how to make best utilization, better utilization of the same thing. Just get ready to accept, adjust, and accommodate with whatever new thing are coming in our way.
Thank you, sir. So the next thing is like, how could you see your journey in terms of self-establishment, and how did the seed of yoga sprout in your life?
Fantastic. So I will take this conversation to my childhood. See, being an Indian, we have seen like our ancestors or some people in our village or around us probably doing some worship or some kind of exercises. So I was also like one of those who has seen like some monk in temple talking about yoga, spirituality, and more than that, I was interested and curious about them talking about psychic powers, these. And I was like wondering, uh, really the psychic power exists? If I get psychic power, what will happen? So like, a child thinking like the power of disappearing, the power of getting, like Shaktiman, 5%, like this kind of thing, crazy things started coming to my mind. And then you will be surprised that I started trying such kind of stuff. For example, holding my breath without knowing what and how it can be dangerous. I will go at my farmhouse, and that also in my well. I will jump in my well and inside the water, hold my breath, holding some stone. Some kind of these kind of thing that started happening, and then trying like Danda Dhoti, Vaman Dhoti, these kind of things also, like with the grass at farmhouse, taking inside the stomach and then bringing out, showing like a magical power. These kind of things started happening without knowing anything. And during my playtime, exercise time, the village people will be like, climbing on tree, doing some push-ups, standing on hands, etc. So I have been observing, seeing, and copying them. But this was like, just in a playful manner. Nothing was like very well structured. And we never knew that all these things can be like yoga techniques or exercise technique. And then once it happened, like my uncle brought a book which also have some yoga postures printed, and then I found very similarity, like what people doing in place and we are doing pretty similar. And then the breath holding kumbhak kind of things were mentioned. but just having a look and then trying to copy those things. So this kind of thing went on in my life. And then later on, once it happened, like when I came to my higher secondary school, I saw some students practicing the same thing. And there was a teacher who was teaching them. And I saw like headstand, bending back, forward, and jumping on hands. I was like surprised. What are they doing? Something like I have seen in books or I've been doing, but being very introvert person, I could not get the courage to go and ask the teacher or talk to the students. Later on, it took me 7 days to convince myself to go and at least inquire what is all this. And then the teacher was there, and I asked him, "Sir, may I ask you what is all this?" He told me this is all the yoga, and they are practicing for yoga competitions. And then, if you are selected, you will be traveling to different places, and then government will take care of your expenses. And I was very poor, but always I was passionate towards traveling, because I see my uncle, my cousin brothers, because they study in private school, so they would be traveling and they show me photo of Taj Mahal and many places. I also have curiosity to, and some motivation to see and things around. And then there is an opportunity, and that really took me towards the yoga. I quickly asked her if I can demonstrate these things. Will you take me in your team? He says definitely. And I quickly showed him a couple of things like chakrasana and paschimottanasana handstand. And he was like surprised, how can you do? These students have been trying for long already and they can't do. And you can do without even training. So I said, yeah, I have been doing some kind of stuff knowingly and unknowingly. And he told, come on, join the team. And that day was like, the entry point in the proper learning the Hatha Yoga techniques. And that year itself, I worked very hard. Study was one side, my yoga practice was another side. 90% my focus was I want to go national, I want to go national. And that year I could reach even my national level. So that was how it started.
That was a nice story, sir. Like, and so this was your practically of yoga. So the how your education life towards yoga began, sir.
So I would say like before my yogic educational life, I would also like to highlight my my primary and middle, high school and school education. As I mentioned that my village is very backward area in India, and the primary education was like, first of all, when I went to school, what is I still don't know, because in village government school there is no nursery, LKG, UKG, nothing, direct entry. So, and there were only 2 rooms, so 5 classes, first to fifth class, and 2 rooms. So 3 of classes will be under tree, and 2 classes will be inside the room. And that also beside animals, and you can imagine the picture. So we take the plastic sheet, sit under the tree, and beside the animals and the cow, duck, urine, everything you can smell. So this was like my primary school. Then my middle to high school. The middle school onwards, I started learning ABCD, and that also you can understand that we were not having books, so teacher will come and write question answer on the board, and then we copy them from the board, and we will wait for the exam time, because towards the exam time we have the 2020 question answer series, right? So we just learn and by heart those 2020 question answer and pass the exam anyhow. So it was like this. Then coming to higher secondary school, the subject selection was the tough job, because me, like, my parents cannot afford to take the subject of math and science, because that need to join coaching classes and no fees to pay. Then what to do? I decided to take commerce subject, commerce because I heard somewhere like if you can pass commerce, you can at least become some accountant or something. You can get some job, something, and the subject is not that tough like math and science. Yeah, well, I do. But the funny thing was like in the school, this subject was conducted at the back of the school where there was one room at the back of the boundary of the school. Can you believe? I was thinking like whole school is being like, is in the premises and our course is being conducted here. Why? Is this commerce subject so backward subject or what? But we say, right, everything happened for a reason. There was something good. Just in front of that room, there was open area and some trees and some garden kind of thing. And the teacher, my yoga teacher, whom I met for first time, he came there and he was teaching just in front of the same room. So you can see the God's plan. He made me to take the subject in this way, and the subject was at the room where the yoga class was happening in front of my room. See his plan, right? And I did not go to other school. I just choose that school. So everything I see, like there is some supreme force which is always there, and yeah. So commerce subject was just like uh, something that helped me to reach to my yoga, and then yeah.
Yes.
So this was my school academic, yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is like, what was your turning point in your life that you had to choose yoga as your career?
So what happened actually then, those 2-3 years of my school education, I was participating in yoga competition and I got 3 national and international competitions, and I could get some medals, and as you have already talked about. Then in my college time, because now after my school, I have to go to college, and of course, if I cannot pay fees for school, how about college? So cannot take higher courses, chartered accountant or CS, nothing. Though it was my dream that time, but I couldn't. The reason was no money, financial issues. Then something called multi-level marketing. You definitely familiar with this MLM, like network marketing kind of thing, right? So I got to know about one marketing like this, and they presented like in 1 year you can earn 36 lakh rupees. I was like, wow, let me work 1 year, earn money, and then I can overcome my financial troubles and I can do my better education. And then that was like how I stopped my learning yoga and practicing yoga for 2 years, day, night, working for this MLM. And like while working in MLM, my understanding was not that good about what is marketing, what is MLM, nothing, just working, whatever coming, just working for that. But in these 2 years, I realized few points that MLM and marketing, everything is all about, lots of loopholes about the marketing was like sometimes the people who want to convince their clients, they lie a lot to them. Anyhow, they have to convince, they have to fulfill their quota, their targets. So a lot of things were going on, and then towards the end of the 2 year, I started really feeling suffocated inside. Wanted to quit that work, and then one day it happened. Like I realized that this is not the path I am made to go on. I must change it. And in those 2 years, definitely it has taught me a lot. It has given me a lot of exposure to go around the country. It has enlarged my vision. Everything was there. It has made me to make many more friends, see new things. Vision was like created, a lot of training, and it made me extrovert. I think again I would say like everything happened for a reason. So from introvert personality to extrovert personality, that conversion happened due to this MLM. So I always joining these 2 years, but my education completely stopped for 2 years. Then I stopped this MLM and then started coming back to yoga. Joined some NGO in Indore city, Madhya Pradesh, and started teaching yoga there. I remember in those 2 years of my NGO life, I taught yoga to around 200 plus government schools. So knowing none of the person in the city made me to know lots, thousands of people in the city. And then I could open my yoga studio there, and I have operated my yoga centers since 2007 to 2012 before I came S-Vyasa to join my PhD. And a lot of learning, practicing, earning, because I have to earn money. So I was teaching. I started continuing my education then. So it was like parallelly, I was continuing both the things. So that is how, I have realized something else also in this same journey. And I found like no meaning going in any other thing apart from yoga.
Yes, okay, sir. So next thing is, as you have mentioned that your 2 years gap from the yoga thing. So, sir, once you have started your yoga career as an educational teacher as a professional, so at that time did you have any junction in the middle where you got deviated from your path?
When I started my yogic career, I mean, professionally, I started yoga in 2007. From 2007, I would say like I really did not deviate from my yogic journey. Of course, it was like I mentioned, parallelly learning, earning. I had to earn to learn. So it went on parallelly, though the earning was not that big. I did not really focus on earning much. I only earned how much I need to pay for my education. And Indore city is an educational hub for Madhya Pradesh state. So I was lucky to be there, and thanks to the MLM marketing that brought me there, and I could find something best in my MLM because the credit goes to MLM bringing me there. Then I found yoga, started learning, started teaching. So my education, yoga education started in 2010. Okay, before that, only yoga competitions, only yoga practice, my own practice, everything was going on. But I started my master's in yoga and my PG diploma in yoga, my basic certification, Vedanta. All this was from 2010 to 2015 December. Okay, so what you have already mentioned what degrees and diplomas I have gone through this year. Parallelly, I was like teaching yoga. I have lived the life of like opening yoga studios. Now my younger brothers taking care. We have 5 yoga studios in city, and in yoga competitions, you have mentioned like how I have gone through the competitions and what kind of prizes and certifications and awards I have got. After getting the Himalaya Olympiad, the national international competition that is conducted in S-Vyasa in 2008. When I came first time S-Vyasa University, I started thinking about like this is the place I have to come after my masters and my college education, and that really attracted me towards joining doctorate. And when I came S-Vyasa, you won't believe that it was just a time I joined yoga conference there. I was not thinking that I will join PhD. But then that time there was entrance exam of PhD, and I tried my luck and I got selected. So it was like his plan, not my plan. And I thought like once this I have already got chance, let me start this thing. And in during my PhD, of course, the few things came like one more thing like now I'm in PhD not earning. Before I was in Indore, I was earning. Now I have to pay fees. I have to stay in Bangalore. What to do? How to where to bring money from? So I started getting some attractive yoga teaching offer from different countries, including Moscow, Dubai, Bangkok, Vietnam, so many countries, very tempting offers. So sometimes it happened like, I even gave application of leave 1 year. I went also home trying to go to work 1 year outside so that I can earn enough, come back and do PhD later on. Then my seniors and my friends always there, they help me to understand that once if I go, maybe it will be very difficult to come back again to resume my study. They said, since you are here already, better finish your this what you have taken this task first, and then after completing, go. Whole world is yours. So that really helped me the thought that today I should just focus only in PhD. Now, when I was not willing to go abroad, have no offer to, I mean, during my PhD, I wanted to, I have abroad offer from foreign countries. Now I started doing PhD thinking that offer will keep coming, I will go, and then there is no offer, So a lot of like, up and down, my emotions went down. And then soon after I completed my PhD, the 12th January 2016, I remember it was my convocation. 14th January, I flew to Vietnam to conduct a short-term workshop for 17 days. And you'll be surprised to hear that 17 days turned to 5.5 years. I mean, I did not go back. I only once went back to attend my brother's wedding. So, yeah.
That's a nice source of staying in a place for 5 years, just going for a
Yes.
short time.
Yes.
So the thing which I'm more interested in knowing that who was a yoga guru, sir, in the field.
Say again.
So who was a yoga guru?
Who was my yoga guru?
Yes, sir.
See, my first yoga teacher was Raghuveer Parashar sir in my school time, who taught me the practical Hatha yoga techniques. I will not say that he was yoga guru. He was a school teacher. As a school teacher's duty, he was given to teach yoga students something. You will be surprised to hear my teacher cannot do asanas because he was a school teacher, not yoga teacher. He was given 18 asanas chart to teach students as a teacher's duty. And he gave us one printout of the 18 postures. Please practice these asanas. There is a competition, and if you can do, like how to do, how to bend, what to do, what not. So you can understand the story. And in schools, like we never saw yoga mats like this. We have never very nice platform to practice, no guidelines, when to eat, when to drink, when to practice, nothing. Only one thing was there. Have to go national, have to go national, have to go national, that's it. And that really made us to work in every way, hurting ourselves. I think there won't be any single day we will not bleed in our elbow, chin, or knees because we fell down. But the good thing was like we were teenagers, so whatever injuries were there, we could recover faster, and the injuries were not serious. And when we try our own, we learn from our experience, and that continues forever. So that was my school time. Then later on, I met another teacher, and he helped us to take to the different level in yoga competitions. Then later on, I went Indore. In Indore, I happened to meet this another teacher, but they are all like professional teachers. They were not yoga kind of like guru, very like living embodiment or very highly recognized yoga gurus. And till then, like continued like this. In 2011 November, I happened to attend Vedantic training in the Divine Life Society Forest Academy at the Shivananda Ashram in Rishikesh. And that was like a very different aspect of yoga itself. So what I met many living embodiment of yoga. Like you can yogis, you can go and see like how humble they are. How the moment we enter in the Divine Life Society, we could sense vibrations of yoga because The environment is so conducive, you don't have to think over on following yama and niyama. The environment help you to automatically the yama niyama become part of your daily life. There is nothing relating to money. So the course was free. All the books and education they provided was free. Staying free, food free, accommodation, everything was free. So when there is nothing connected to money, your mind is already pure. The moment you pay money and go learn for learning, right, you start judging things. I paid this much money, the food is not good, the staying is not good, the education is not good, right? So, and on top of that, the school is like, if you want to donate out of your, pure heart, you want to donate, you cannot donate like this. You have to take their permission to donate. Can you believe, like, we some of the students went market towards the end of the course and bought something to offer to ashram. Swamiji got very angry. He said, did you take our permission? We got scared. And he said, like, Swamiji, sorry. He said, no, you are a student. You are not earning. You are not supposed to do all these formalities, okay? When you can earn your own money, then you can take our permission to donate to ashram or to this school something. Oh my God, the one sentence transformed our feelings, like, that everything is not about money. And then the school is established by Swami Shivananda, and we study his teachings. And I was in his library, I saw like thousands of books there. And like I was thinking, like, where to start, where to end. Like the movie of, I think there is a movie, Munna by MBBS or something like the something that he will go in library and try to read some scripture on Mahatma Gandhi, right? So he will see the tiniest book. Same story was with me. I was in the library. I was finding a very small book, and then the small book containing a very huge meaning. I saw in the book the first sentence: "An ounce of practice is better than tons of theory." Another very beautiful thing I learned from there is you don't have to learn everything. What you learn, practice, because the practice matters, not tons of theory you can take inside and practice nothing. So I would say, like, Swami Shivananda, directly or indirectly, he has been my guru through the scriptures I read and through the education I took in his ashram, through the living yogis there. Thereafter, joined S-Vyasa University, and I was fortunate to take Dr. For our Guruji, Acharya Anandaji, for my PhD mentorship, and Dr. P.F. Srinivasan sir is always a very beloved guide, and he was my principal guide. So these were two who helped me in my PhD journey. Apart from that, if you have been from S-Vyasa, you will be knowing Guru Vaya, Guru Ilavarsu, fantastic teacher. Yeah, yeah. So I would say, like, he was one among those people uh, who made me to become a doctor of yoga. So these are all the people who have guided me throughout my journey.
It's nice, sir. So, sir, how you have gained your experience in teaching from your theoretical and practical experience? Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, my next question to you is, sir, how you have gained your experience in teaching your theoretical and practical? Like while teaching, how did you manage like gain it?
So I started teaching before I got uh, formal education in yoga. What I had was is the practical learning through the yoga competitions, and be surprised to hear from that background, I was teaching yoga to the highly reputed and highly educated and highly posted people in Indore city, including uh, IG, collector, and commissioners. These were all my students. and you can see the picture. If IG level person is learning from you, your confidence level will increase like anything. That really motivated me to go to the next level in this journey. So that was the time where I started teaching, and sometimes it is like what you teach make you to learn actually, not just learning in classes will make you to learn, because when you teach, you see the reality, what is required, right, and what people demand, what they want to learn. But of course, do not teach yoga therapy like that, because yoga therapy is a different thing. So that was like how I started teaching, and that helped me. And being in university, I started attending lots of workshops, short programs, seminars to learn from different aspects. And then definitely through my, I would say like my all the learning part has been very systematically designed by Supreme Power. For example, my entire school and college life has been learning the technical part of yoga, Hatha yoga techniques, right? Through yoga competitions, the intensity we have lived in the Hatha yoga techniques like asana, pranayama, mudra, bandha, kriyas, I would say like you will not learn in professional courses, because the 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 field of competition you can understand at what level you are ready to bend your bodies. So that was like in my early age, and that really helped me to gain mastery in many of those advanced postures. So that was first part of practical at the right time done. Now from my masters 2010 to 12, I did my masters and PG diploma and Vedantic certification course. So my philosophical learning, my more academic learning of yoga completed in these 2 years, and then later on the scientific test in my learning was given by joining PhD. So you can see like very structured planning of its practical, theory, and science behind it, combined together, right? And that really helped me to customize my teachings in different way, which is different from other type of classes that I see. Like if you see the classes taught outside India, are all sweating based classes. People just want to stretch, people just want to stand on their hands and this kind of funny things like exercise. But as you can see, like we have like different way of learning yoga. That is not probably that is missing in these kind of courses like 200 hours, 300 hours. They hardly learn few things only, and then they become a teacher. That's why they cannot bring all those aspects in their teaching. So my teaching, because I already started teaching along with my learning, so I gained teaching experience even during PhD. Also, I was teaching to PGDYE students 1 hour every day in the morning, and I think those were the first batch of PGDYEs when I was teaching. All 4 years I taught over there, and also were taking some more classes around the city. Then when I came outside India, the picture is different. Here, if you talk about philosophy, mantra chanting, prayer chanting, forget it. People will not come to your classes. You have to be very practical in classes. So when you go different places, you learn different way of students and different way of customizing your classes according to the requirement. And traveling around several countries, teaching yoga, I have seen like what people want in different places, different countries, and that helped me to think according to the population. You can customize the classes, you can design, and you can teach. Now here in Singapore, I have designed a course called Advanced Hatha Yoga Instructor Certificate course, which is very well received, and lots of people are joining this course after their 200 hours teachers training. They want to advance their skills, they want to upgrade their knowledge, they want to learn more advanced stuff in Hatha Yoga. So I have designed from my all 21 years experience in this course I'm serving. I'm teaching, so people really enjoy and they have wonderful feedback, wonderful growth they have seen in my course. And then along with that, the therapy training, 300 hours. We have even structured a certificate course that also I'm taking some of the part of this course. And along with that, I realized that outside India, people have the time constraints. So they would like to take personal sessions according to their availability. So we have such customized classes for that. And single session also paid very well. So there is nothing like you will not get motivation in taking private sessions. But only thing is like what I learned from my teachers earlier is your 1 hour should not only benefit one person. Think like how your 1 hour can benefit hundreds of people, and you will be surprised. Like when I came in Singapore, I had nothing in my hand what to do. So I will say nothing to something. What I am doing today, I have created all my work in terms of workshop, courses, classes, private session, therapy session, and everything that I am doing, I have created my own after coming here. So when you get opportunity and when you create your own thing, you are more confident and you learn a lot from that. So I have done a lot by creating things, by teaching others and getting experience. And in my therapy, I am also surprised by seeing the results. Can you believe like people with varicose vein, people with disc prolapse, people with two disc herniation, people with trigeminal neuralgia, people with so many such like cases. Where some of the cases I heard for first time. Varicose vein, trigeminal neuralgia. I never heard this before because I'm not from medical background, but I know what yoga can help. So I studied the case and I saw the mechanism and I could figure out what yoga technique can help. Like this, when you and I'm very open to all my students. I say that, see, this is the new case. I am not sure whether what I'm going to teach you, what I'm planning to teach you is going to help you, but don't worry, it will not harm you. And they really try. They believe in me. And today it is like mouth publicity. Those people who have recovered from these cases, they bring people from different places. So many people come. Today I don't have to market my personal training. I have overloaded. I'm overloaded. In one day I take 10 classes. Can you believe? If I am open to take a whole day and night, also they are ready to learn. They say, sir, we are ready to come tonight to learn from you. I say, yeah, my life is also there. Please. Yeah, so this is the story, right?
It's an interesting story, sir. So, sir, the next thing is like, how did your professional life change after you completed your PhD?
Like how my professional life
So it
changed.
changed after you completed your PhD, sir.
Yeah, of course, as a if someone does PhD, it is understood like you will be going to academic life or research life. I also had the thought that I will be a researcher one day. I will be also going in academic life. But one day I realized and I thought properly. I mean, whether if I do research, then what will happen? If I do teach in university, what will happen? And if I do what I love, then what will happen? Then I found like if I continue doing PhD, I may not be very happy in continuing this work because I feel more happy when I teach, I render my services, I teach and I see people are benefiting from directly. There are lots of research. Everything is known in yoga. You can see like from our ancient time till today, hundred thousands of research are there. Everything is already known. What else we will try to know in the same thing? And I don't see myself like will bring some outstanding breakthrough research in my life. And what I thought is let me take these research to the people. Let me teach these scientific findings to people. That is also worth. and I love doing that. So this is how, like, I have made it more practical oriented work. Though I'm not in research, but I am still helping the students, guiding through the research work. And I take this yoga work as a professional yoga teacher. At the same time, I see people smile after the yoga class. Their pain is relieved. They find a lot of benefit in yoga. They say, like, as long as you are here in Singapore, we are always with you. Sir, we don't want to let you go. Like, when you hear this kind of feedback, this kind of thing, you get a lot of contentment. Like, yes, your work is work, and there is nothing wrong making yoga more professional and earning through the teaching. That is always good. Like, people are getting benefit. They don't have to go through surgery. Where they spend $50,000. Singapore is very expensive. Can you believe, like, for just this surgery, here you have to spend $50,000, which is around 25 to 30 lakhs. For a small thing, you are referred to surgery. You are directed to go to surgery for knee, for back, for neck, for very small thing. Where, like, yoga can really benefit people. And yeah, so I think it's very good. Anybody can think on it. See, your learning is one phase, and delivering the same thing professionally at the same time, you're helping people to overcome their suffering, their misery, their problems is another the blessing you will receive through this. Respect, blessings, money, everything is there. So I think there is nothing like yoga professional life.
So, sir, as a PhD scholar, so do you believe there are enough research in this field?
Oh yes, there are. See, resources are always there for the one who is confident in himself. If you depend on others, if you think that somebody will come and give you a job or will take you somewhere, then this kind of thing is like, probably you are not confident or you are not well resourced person. I remember one more thing. My teacher, he was not yoga teacher. He was some other physics teacher. But we used to go to meet him because he was teaching as a volunteer. So he was very respected teacher in my city. When I met him, he was very happy after listening my story that I'm yoga free. He said, Kuldeep, when you go to do PhD, you should work very hard to do PhD. You should be the person, you should become the person whom people are looking forward to appoint for or to hire for their post. You should not become a person who go and submit resume to this university, to this college, to this institution to get jobs. Understand? There are very fine line difference. You become, okay, you do PhD or masters or BLYs, whatever you do to become, not to get certificate. Then the story will be different. You can create your own destination once you have the knowledge, once you have the confidence, and once you can, well, when you think that you can do and you don't need to have anybody in the world. For example, when I was in Indore, I had no educational certification, I have no backup, no financial backup, nothing. But because of my the Hatha Yoga, the practical thing, there were so many people highly impressed. They wanted to invest on me. Can you believe they were giving me 10-acre land? They were ready to open a yoga studio for me. It is like, people will believe in you if you are resourceful. When I went to Vietnam, you'll be surprised to hear the people were so happy after meeting me. For reason number one, I'm vegetarian. Reason number two, I'm Indian. Reason number two, I'm from Buddha's land. And reason number four, I have done PhD. For them, I'm like somebody very special, and they respected me. They took care of me. Can you believe in 1.5 year of my life there, I did not spend one single dollar for my personal care. everything from hotel booking to my coming to receive me at airport, dropping me, booking my next month flight, next month trip, everything they were planning. I was not doing anything. And then when I told them that I want to go and explore in some other country, they said, no, 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 no. They opened a company for me in Vietnam. They opened, no, will not let you go. Opened a company for me. So the purpose was like they wanted me to start some higher education in field of yoga, because all the people there, they only are very beginner level. Only like exercise based yoga is more prevalent there. So they wanted me to upgrade the skills and of the teachers there, and they were very good thought. But the problem was like communication. The people there speak Vietnamese language, not English much, and I always need somebody to translate. So I speak, the translator will speak, then it release to student, then the student speak, translator will speak to me. I don't know what is going on in between, and what you tell, the meaning is reaching there or not, because it's not word to word translation. So I really started feeling some practical difficulties, and then I started looking for some platform where I don't have to face all these challenges, and I can be straightforward. I can reach to students straightforward. And then I found after traveling several Asian countries, the Singapore was the best, and I came here and started working. And from here, I can see like this Singapore is like a mini world. All country people are here, and it's a floating population. Every year, new people come, old people go, new people come. So there is never a recession. So again, I will say resources are there, and resources, don't see what resources will be there or are there. Think that I will create resources. Okay, I will become someone who will hire teacher, who will give job to teachers, who will appoint teachers. I will not become the one who will go and submit certificates and find jobs. Think like that. Then doesn't matter what degree diploma you have. I have seen people even after doing YIC, they are great masters in different countries. They have not even done PhD, nothing. So degree, diploma, certificates are only entry point. After there, what matters is your skills, your teachings, your knowledge, and your confidence level.
Yes, that's definitely true. So it was an interesting session, knowing your journey, how you became from nothing to you became a yoga scholar and yoga PhD and something in the field of yoga. So, sir, we're going to end the session, sir. So before ending, sir, what could be a parting thought for everyone?
I would say like what happens when we are in educational life and professional life, what I have personally lived and what I have seen being in university, being in Singapore and other countries, what I have seen is even you are in yoga field, what happens actually, we miss our own practice. We compromise on our own practice. And because of that, what happens now? We miss to experience the real uh, reality or the real feelings or real benefits of yoga. And when we miss our own, we cannot really bring the same kind of feeling in others. You can only teach others what you have experienced or what you have lived. Bookish knowledge cannot sustain for a long time. If you have tested sugar, you know the test, you can be confident in teaching others that yes, telling this is sugar, this is sweet. If you have not tested, somebody just told you, you are not experienced, you want to be confident. So what I would like to give as a message is practice your own and follow moderation in your lifestyle and be consistent in your whatever practice or whatever service you are doing, because this is something that will bring health and happiness to you. Earning money will not bring happiness. You can earn millions. In Singapore, there are yoga teachers who go to teach yoga in Mercedes, in Audi, in Jaguar, in Rolls Royce, what not. Okay. they are yoga teacher, go to teach yoga in these cars. They are millionaires. But ask yourself, after having this money, is this money going to make you happy and healthy? No. So yoga practitioner must make sure that you practice your yoga regularly, you follow the moderation in your lifestyle, and then you will be happy, you will be healthy, and whatever, wherever you will be, people will be definitely motivated, inspired by seeing you and by learning from you. So again, the great message from Vivekananda, be and make. Another message from Swami Shivananda, be good, do good. So I think there is a lot of sense in this. You become and then make others. Everything will be fantastic in our life.
Yeah, so that's definitely true. Thank you, sir, for your time and for this session. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. Thank you. I enjoyed it.